Hello and welcome, this is rooflemonger, and last night, as the time making this video, was EVO Sunday Finals, and we had a new Guilty Gear trailer drop on us. Now, it's been some years since Guilty Gear XRD has come out, so this is a new, proper, full Guilty Gear. This is not another revision. This isn't accent core, this isn't hashtag reload, any of that stuff. This is a new, full game. And the purpose of this video is I'm going to be breaking down what we know so far about the game, what we can infer from the trailer, also some of my hopes, some of my dreams about where Guilty Gear is going, and just kind of breaking everything down. Now, first up here, just so you know, Guilty Gear has one of the most absurd and insane plots ever, and I mean that in the best way possible. We get this nice little establishing shot here of a bunch of dead giants with these giant swords in them. I have no idea what that can mean as far as the plot goes. We'll find out, I guess, but it does certainly look cool. Now, as far as the characters go, we have Saul, Bad Guy, and Kai Kisuke. These are they are the Ryu and the Ken of the franchises, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, if you will, if you're not aware. Now, let's look at our first actual little glimpse of gameplay here. So we see this here. By itself, it doesn't read as much here. Slow-mo, you can see 3 hits, and into a nice slow-mo, I'm assuming 60 frames per second kind of animation. Now, if you're not aware, this is one of the big things about upcoming Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear has had a perception of being quite a bit more difficult than the average fighter, and honestly, I don't even think that's untrue. Even myself, I've been doing this fighting game thing as long as you could have been doing it, and I remember playing XRD, I'm like, oh, I want to play Ramlethal, right? And I'm like, oh wait, this character has way too many one-frame links, I'm out. So that's still too difficult for me, right? So, obviously, if you're not aware, Persona 4 Arena, Dragon Ball FighterZ, all that kind of stuff, they have auto combos. And 3 hits into a very flashy animation, that is the exact signature of auto combo that Dragon Ball FighterZ has, which is another Arc System Works game. So this right here actually reads to me that this might be an auto combo. Now, having auto combos in Guilty Gear is not an inherently bad thing. They're not a bad thing in Dragon Ball FighterZ. They didn't take away from the game at all, It is something that is good for a more beginner user, but they don't really take anything away from high-level play, so if it is truly an auto combo, I'm totally fine with it. And here's where we get our next snippet of gameplay, and we actually are learning a couple important things, a couple potentially important things anyway. So first here, right here, this looks like kind of like a stage transition, almost similar to Injustice, right? We see the glass breaking, quote-unquote anyways, like could be a stage boundary or something, but as we see it shatter right here, then we transition into another part of the stage, and the transition is beautiful, and it's not really long, which was the problem with Injustice transitions. And we go to the next part here of, I'm assuming this is Kai's Holy Order stage here. He's had similar stages to this in the past. And then we go over to the next important thing, this guy right here. So Saul is going into his sweep, his down D button here, and see there's a nice slow animation. So what I read from this here, and also I don't know if that move is a new like Greed Sever or something like that, but if you get perhaps a counter hit, you'll actually have a slowed up animation, and from that slowed up animation, you'll have a lot more time to react and do whatever you want. So if this is a new entry level feature, where if you get a counter hit, you have enough time to think about what you're going to do and what's going on, while also looking very beautiful and very fantastic, right? I think that's good. I think that it could be a very valuable addition to the series. And for our last little bit of gameplay, you see Saul going for a Riot Stamp here, and then we land and wake up supers. So Saul is going for Ride the Lightning here, and Saul Bad Guy is going for his Tyrant Rave. Now, these obviously look fantastic, like even in slow-mo here, you can see the amount of detail. It's fantastic here, and ends on kind of the classic poses for both before we go further in the trailer. I don't really got much to add other than, man, this game looks really beautiful, right? This is just a basic super too, right? It's crazy. So other than that, there's not much gameplay to go off on here. We do know there'll be more stuff later in the future. We do have a new character. This is new to the series. Don't know anything about him other than what you're seeing right now, but he does look pretty cool. I dig the look here, and he's got this weird like little skeleton toothy grin face. I don't know what else to say about that. It does look pretty cool. So now we know basically what we know about the trailer, right? Not a lot of info to go off of, but stuff to, get a decent little idea of where some of the gameplay systems are. Looks like there might be auto combos, a new mechanic where if you get like a, just any kind of counter hit or whatever they're called, like a fatal counter, whatever in this game, right? Might slow down so you can get more time to think about what you're going to do next while it still looks cool. That's great. So something I've seen people fear in the past, and now that we know there's a new game, I've seen some of these fears, get really spiked up, is people are worried that Guilty Gear is going to be quote-unquote dumbed down. And all I really have to say to that is, me personally, I'm not worried. Arc System Works has now proven in the past they can do stuff like the auto combos and all that, and it works. You know, Dragon Ball FighterZ has 2 auto combos for every character. You have light, and you have medium, right? And it works just fine. You can mash them if you want, that's great. It doesn't take away from the game at all. Dragon Ball FighterZ is brimming with depth, and I'm sure even if there is mechanics to make the games easier for, you know, more entry-level players, it won't affect the high-level depth at all. Arc System Works, as far as I'm concerned, they've earned the benefit of the doubt of the matter. They have proven it in the past, and I'm sure they'll prove it again that they can make it work. Now that said, where they have not earned the benefit of the doubt on the matter is the online play. Now, to be sure, they've gotten better game after game. Each revision of the game has better netcode. In my opinion, Dragon Ball FighterZ was better than Guilty Gear XRD. From what I played in the Grand Blue Beta, that seems even better than Dragon Base FighterZ, but in the end, it's still delayed base netcode. And delayed base netcode is simply the past, and it has been the past for many, many years. I think we, as a fighting game community, really need to demand rollback netcode, and it's a lot of stubbornness, mostly from the Japanese developers, that they seem to refuse to want to provide rollback netcode for their games, which is a dang shame if you ask me. Now, will the new Guilty Gear have rollback netcode? I don't know. I'm just going to say probably not. I don't think they're going to change. They've been pretty pig-headed. I think they're going to stick to their guns, which is unfortunate. But dang if I don't want rollback netcode for this game and all future fighting games from this point on. Once again, it should be the bare minimum standard. But with all that said, once again, it's a fairly small trailer. We don't know too much to go off on what's going to happen next, other than just waiting for the trailer. We do have our speculations. Once again, stuff seems like auto combos, you know, stuff seems to be, you know, counter hit friendly. If you get your counter hit, it seems to slow down. That's cool and all. But we don't know too much more until the next thing, other than the speculation and just their seeming mission statement that they want to make some fighting games easier going forward in the future. So until that time comes, check the channel. I'll have all the Guilty Gear news and resources you'll need as we follow the game to its launch. But for now, I guess that's it for this video. I have a lot of confidence in this game going forward, even despite the netcode thing, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I personally can't wait. But anyways, that's it for me, and that's it for this video, so thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Guilty Gear.